Good afternoon, Vista family. This is Mr. Jacobs, and it is June 28th, about 1 o'clock, and I'm home in DeSoto. And it is finally time for us to begin our summer reading. Thank you for the wait. I'm sorry it took a little longer than expected. But let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to be reading The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis. This is actually book 2 in a 7-book series, but this is the required book, the first required book for the summer. I'm sure you know that. We've been talking about it for a good while. So before we get started with the book, we're going to go over a couple of things that we will need to prepare ourselves for the first chapter. First, let's start with the vocab. Vocabulary for chapter 1. First is air raids. And air raids are attacks by aircraft, especially on non-military targets. Second vocabulary word is a blue bottle. And a blue bottle is a type of flying insect with a blue body. The next word is inquisitive. And inquisitive means eager for knowledge or curious. The next word is looking glass. Looking glass is basically a mirror. So when you say, I'm looking through the looking glass, you're looking at your mirror. Mothballs. They are small styrofoam balls containing chemicals to keep moths away from clothing when they're in storage. Muffler is a scarf worn around the neck for warmth. So not a muffler for a car, but an actual scarf. Parcels. Parcels, that is a package. Queer. In this book, it means strange or unusual. Row means a quarrel or a disagreement or an argument. Wardrobe is a large cabinet-like piece of furniture which serves as a closet for storing clothing. And our final vocab word is wireless, which is a radio without wires or cords. All right, and there are actually a couple of expressions that are in this chapter also that we may not have heard before. So we're going to break those down so when we see them, we'll know what they mean. First expression is fallen on our feet. And fallen on our feet means that you've luckily been sent to a good place. So you can say the opposite of that would be falling on your head, would be when you end up in an unfortunate situation. Come off it. That's our next expression, and it means stop acting or talking that way. Like, stop being that way. Come off it. Leave it alone. And the final expression is 10 to 1. And that means it's very likely. It's 10 to 1 that we will be reading The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. All right. So now that we have gone over the vocabulary and the expressions, we're going to next we are going to go over our questions that will guide us through the reading. Question 1. Where did the children live before this story began? Question 2. Why was Edmund bad-tempered the first night at the professor's house? Number 3. How did the adventures begin? Number 4. What first made Lucy realize that something queer was happening in the wardrobe? Question 5. What did she, and by she we mean Lucy, what did she think that convinced her it was safe to go on and explore? And our final question is, what was the source of light in the wood? All right, so those are our questions to help us through the reading. That'll help us guide us as we read through it. In the next video, I will be reading the chapter. After that, I will have a couple of critical thinking questions to think about after we finish the chapter. So please be ready for the next video that shall be coming shortly. Thank you. Bye.